Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to One Global Movement Speak with Heart. Thank you guys so much for being here again today. And I think this is the real start of our new schedule. And I was just so anxious. It's like the few days to today, I'm like, what am I missing? My body was acting differently. So I thought, you know what? I'm really missing how we used to do it Monday through Friday, but it's this method is so good because it's going to help us focus on a lot of things that we would not have otherwise done, and also taking good care of ourselves, making sure that we have a sound mind, a sound everything. So thank you so much, Sister Yvonne, for being here again.
Thank
And
you,
I
sister.
know that 2025 it's going to see a kind of transformation that we've never before seen, and that kind of transformation that comes with action, prayer, more action, and we are doing that on purpose. Remember, our
Mm-hmm.
three words for this year is purpose, action, and intentionality. You're not just doing something, you're doing it because you know that this is the right thing to do. And
Amen.
even if somebody is trying to make you mad, forget about it, because you know it's the right thing to do, and you know that you are focused with intentionality, and you are determined to go where God has ordained you to go. You do not waver. You keep moving. That is what we are doing. And One Global Movement action, we want to see tangible results more, not even just
Mm-hmm.
the beginning. There are some that are already going on. We want to include more children that we can help, and more
Mm-hmm.
women that we can help. So let us keep going, and we will look for those resources. By the grace of God, is going to come. So thank you guys so much. Thanks to the managing director, John. I highly appreciate you. I always think about you. And by the grace of God, things are going to be all right with you and everyone here. We think about each and everyone because you're a great part of One Global Movement. That means you love children, you are willing to serve children, not just your own children, but children around the world. And in so
Mm-hmm.
doing, we want to bring the kind of peace, the kind of transformation, the kind of all inclusion, the kind that we all need. And therefore, our
Kind of
children.
transformation.
Welcome, Melanie. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to always begin with a prayer, because without the creator of the universe, we will not never be here. So let us
Amen.
put our hands together, whatever way you can. It's your own way, not my own way. What we are doing here is to bring our various aspects and then let people also bring theirs. So we put them together because we want variety for ourselves and our children. So Heavenly Father, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude and hope as we have taken a leap of faith into 2025. We decree and declare your divine favor, purpose, and provision over One Global Movement. Let this year be one of purpose driven action, intentionality, and overflowing prosperity in its mission to uplift lives and bring hope to every corner of the world, especially to children, young people, and women, with a focus on young girls. Lord, guide every step, thought, and decision within this movement. Illuminate the paths of all involved here, that they may walk in wisdom, integrity, and compassion. Empower the hands and hearts that labor for this mission, equipping them with the tools to eliminate hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and despair. Let the actions of those who are here and those that are even doing it behind the scene, those that did not have that opportunity to make it today, those that are going to YouTube, those that are contributing behind the scene, let their
Mm-hmm.
actions be seeds sown in love, reaping a harvest of transformation and unity. We declare that this movement will thrive under your divine guidance. May every initiative carry the banner of purpose, inspiring communities, empowering individuals, and fostering collaboration. Let intentionality fuel every project, ensuring that no effort is wasted and every goal is achieved according to your perfect plan for us. Father, we proclaim prosperity in every sense, spiritual, emotional, and material. May resources resources flow abundantly to sustain and expand the mission. Open doors of opportunity, touch the hearts of supporters, speakers here, volunteers, people that pray for us, and unite the efforts of nations in this divine pursuit of global upliftment. Lord, bless the visionaries, volunteers, and ambassadors of one global movement. Let them be beacons of hope, reminding the world that with love, faith, and collective effort, we can build a brighter future. We seal this prayer with faith, knowing that you are the God who makes all things possible. In this 2025, moving forward, let one global movement shine as a testament to your power, grace, and beauty of unity in purpose. In your holy name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you
Lovely
guys so
prayer.
much.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes. And now, every Wednesday when we meet, we're going to read our mission statement as always, except
Mhm.
Sister Yvonne thinks otherwise, that we can do it otherwise. Otherwise, that's what we're going to do. So it's
Yes.
time for our beautiful mission statement.
Yes. We always want to keep that top of mind. And before I do that, I always like this little verse from our Creator
Mhm.
that He wrote about us. He said, "For I know," it's Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." I mean, imagine the Creator thinking about us like that and having plans for us, each and every one, all 8 billion of us. So no one is an accident, no one is worthless, none of those things. So as we read the mission statement, let's keep that in mind. The vision and mission statement of One Global Movement, OGM. One Global Movement will support any organization, group, or individual that aligns with its global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with tools and sustainable solutions that will help them eradicate hunger, literacy, and poverty to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and build a future where every child can build on their hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to Mr. Ashmufar for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. Thank you, Mr. Mufara, and all the Unpassive Building team. We love you all and wish you well.
Thank you.
And that is our mission statement for the One Global Movement.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
listening. Yeah, thank you. And so today it's my turn to speak.
Yes. Yes, and let me just read the topic here. We
Yes.
This is Wednesday, January 8th, the Mantle of Hope Revolution, part 294. And we get into the 300s. And our goal this year is to get to more. Breaking the chains. What are some strategies to overcome hunger and poverty for generational wealth? And keep in mind that the other days, Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursday is pre.
Thursday.
For now, I am doing those pre-recordings because if you guys are ready, we can find a way that anybody who wants to pre-record, we can also do the same, and then we follow a certain criteria so that the things
Mhm.
go well. So that's what we are doing. So you guys go to YouTube on it will just go live anyway. It will go live if you've subscribed, you will just know. And you will
Okay.
go on there and you will see it live. And these ones are shorter so that we want to give people time to take care of themselves, take care of their families, and also take care of their businesses. So that, and then also do, because you also have your own endeavors. It's not just one global movement, so that you can also focus on those things. So that is why we're going to do it short, so that you guys can go and do those things and let us do it with intentionality. So thank you so much, Sister Yvonne. Go ahead and do your job.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So, greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us as always. Wherever you're calling from, we welcome you. So, I want to start with a story of resilience and transformation about this situation. Meet Amina. This is a kind of fictitious story, but it's happening all over the world where people are becoming very resilient in finding ways to help themselves out of these situations. And I like to give hope at the beginning. Meet Amina, a young woman from a rural village who faced hunger as a daily reality. She had limited access to education and no clear path forward. But through a community microfinance program, Amina learned how to grow a small business. Today, she not only feeds her family, but also employs others in her village. And she's a living example what's possible when we work together to break the chains of hunger and poverty. It doesn't have to be a big thing at first, just something small. One person. Amina is one person. And now let me ask you this. What if breaking these chains is not just about survival, but about building a foundation for generations to thrive? Today, I'd like for us to explore this question together. We'll dive into personal strategies, community-driven initiatives, and so it's personal strategies, that's what we're doing, community-driven initiatives, and systemic policies that can create generational wealth and bring us closer to a world free of hunger and poverty. We can do it. Just because it's been going on for generations doesn't mean it has to keep going on. We have to do it a different way.
Yep.
So breaking the chains of poverty begins with the individual. It does. It starts there. It's not going to be top down, one big thing, and it's just solved. It can't be. It starts with mindset. You see, poverty is more than a lack of resources. It's a mindset that says, this is all there is. But there's an abundance in the world, and we know that. But what if we reframe our mindset that says, what if we say instead, this is where I start, but it's not where I will end?
Yep.
As Dr. Mundih always reminds us, we are born with greatness and for greatness. Take Paulo, for instance. Paulo grew up in an urban slum with little success and little access to opportunities. But one thing he did have was a local library. Paulo spent many hours learning about entrepreneurship and eventually started a small recycling business. Over time, he expanded. Now he employs dozens of people in his community. His journey started with education and the belief that his circumstances did not define his potential.
There you go.
For individuals, actionable steps include learning new skills, whether it's through online platform and just watch when Passive comes with, what is it, Academy, right? Our community workshops, skills, they create opportunities, financial literacy, understanding how to budget, save, and invest. Even small amounts can be transformative.
There you go.
That is why I like my Kiva. I'll talk more about that. I sent that to you, didn't I, Dr. Mundih? Kiva.org, yeah. And seeking resources, right? Programs like microfinancing, they are lifesavers, right? Small loans. And vocational training can provide a crucial lift. And then the second one is community-driven initiatives. Look around your community. While individual efforts are powerful, collective action amplifies impact, right? Communities are the backbone of change. They always have been. Look around and work there first. Let me share the story of Green Horizons Project. This initiative started in a small town ravaged by food insecurity. A group of women, isn't it always the women, sorry, came together to create a cooperative farm. So they pooled their resources, learned modern farming techniques, and began growing enough food to feed their families, and then they sell the surplus. Today, the project feeds not only their town, but also neighboring areas. This is the power of community. Communities can create support networks. They share knowledge, resources, and encouragement. So that's the community part of it. And then, of course, we are going to ask for the systemic changes. They build cooperative enterprises from farming to artisan crafts, and these initiatives foster economic resilience. They advocate for local change. Grassroots movements can push for better infrastructure, schools, and healthcare, and also transportation, because some people are far from where they need to be. And then section 3 is systemic policies and advocacy. As as powerful as individual community efforts are, we cannot overlook the role of systemic change. Policies shape the environment in which individuals and communities operate and live. We have to abide by those policies, and they give us leeway, right?
Right.
Consider this is a true one now. This is not fictitious. This is a true story. Consider the case of Malawi, a government led school feeding program that ensures that children get at least one nutritious meal a day, right? This simple policy has drastically reduced hunger and increased school attendance. Of course, it can. We talk about hungry children can't pay attention. So it creates a ripple effect of long term benefits. Advocacy efforts from NGOs, non governmental organizations, and citizens were key in making this policy a reality, which is what I'm always talking about collaboration. You got to have it. Okay? To create systemic change, we must support policies that address hunger and poverty. These include fair wages, accessible education, and healthcare. Engage in advocacy. Raise your voice through petitions, campaigns, and dialogues with policymakers. In other words, speak up and speak out. Collaborate with organizations. Partnering with NGOs and government programs can amplify your impact. One of my favorite one of these places is kiva.org, and it was founded in 2005. It's still going strong. As a matter of fact, it's just going wild because the need is so great. I like them because the first thing is 100% of the loans you make, which loans can be as small as $25, 100% of that loan goes to the borrower. I'm not saying $25 can really start something, but it can, the small chicken programs. But they also need lots more. Some of them are hundreds of thousands, but they pool the donations and then they support the borrower. That's what happens with it. I sent it to you, right, Sister Mundih?
Yes, you did.
Now that we've explored strategies at the personal, community, and systemic levels, it's time to ask this question. What role can we all play in breaking these chains?
Yes.
I say we can become more engaged and knowledgeable, because those two things go hand in hand. You're not going to be able to do something if you don't know what you're doing, right? About projects and initiatives that address the issues of hunger and poverty. And all you have to do is a search online, and you will get tons of places where you can put your efforts. Then you start small. Volunteer with or donate to organizations addressing hunger and poverty, if that's your focus. I do that as well, but my main focus is clean water,
Clean
right,
water,
sister?
which is
Yeah.
part of it. Part of it is
It's
clean water.
exactly. Educate yourself and others about the issues and solutions. Advocate for policies that make a difference. Remember Amina, Paula, and the women of Green Horizons. Their stories show us that change is possible, but it's not enough to simply hear their stories. We must become part of the solution. Together, we must believe that it is possible to transform lives and build generational wealth for a better future, and that we can play a part. I learned some new terms, sister. I don't know if you've ever heard about these. It's food deserts, food swamps, and food mirage. Have you heard those terms?
I've
In
heard.
dealing
I've
with,
heard.
you've
Yes.
heard those.
Yes.
I mean, we call everything a name. It's ridiculous. I mean, but I know what they mean. A food desert is a geographical area where residents have limited or no access to affordable, healthy food. You see, they're adapting that kind of thought process even to the first world, whatever they want to
And let
call
me
it.
just say something before you continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Those names are called for a
Mhm.
purpose, for a reason. And that's
Yeah.
not what it is. Because when they bring
No,
them in books, we start reading and our children read. That's not what it
that's not
is.
what they
It
are. I
is,
know.
there is a reason behind all those terms, all those names. And here in One Global Movement, we want to make sure that those terms are not used,
I
because
know.
every
I know.
single place on the surface of the earth God created, there has to be a way to grow food. Look at the African baobab. The African baobab grows even in the desert. And there is a reason you're talking about clean water supply. That's exactly what
Yes.
was there. So this name, for some reason, we need to change the rhetoric and the
That's
dynamic
why
of.
I have it in asterisk, sister. And that's why I'm mentioning as an aside, because I'm saying this is ridiculous because they're talking about not being close to a supermarket. That is not what we're talking about,
No,
right?
if they are not being close to a supermarket, what are we doing to make sure that they are close to a supermarket should be the most important question to ask. Instead of just sending it out there. When you send these negative things out there,
I
it
know.
hurts the memory of children that now begin to look low on themselves, like they don't have. But instead, what can I do to make sure that they
Exactly.
get closer to the market?
Yeah.
Roads or transportation
Yes,
means
transportation,
something.
very much. Because this term was coined in Scotland. So,
Mhm.
that they don't have any deserts there, do they? And I mean, when you say that, it's going to put that connotation like it's only in the African or the Sahara, whatever it is that these, but they're meaning a different thing because I understand that they're talking about healthy food, but the US Department of Agriculture, the USDA, defines food deserts as areas with a poverty rate of 20% or higher, where at least a third of the residents live more than a mile from a supermarket. That is not what we're trying to talk about when we're talking about eradicating hunger, right?
Mhm.
And poverty. It is like, it's my daughter has a way of saying it's a first world problem. What she means is that's not really a problem. If your phone doesn't work for a day, that's not a big problem, is it?
No, it's not.
So
It's
when we're
not.
talking about eradicating of this pervasive and always present hunger and poverty, we need better terms than that. And I really couldn't believe when I was seeing that. But I know that I'm glad that you say you know what I'm talking about. So I just put that as an aside because let's break these chains, not tomorrow, not next year, but
Mhm.
today.
Right
So
now.
I thank you. The true
Yes.
measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. This is from Mahatma Gandhi. And
Mhm.
then overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is an act of justice.
Mhm.
It is the protection of a fundamental human right, the right to dignity and a decent life. And that
Mhm.
is our president, Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
So thank you very much for listening. It's all about action, action, and especially this new year.
Yes. Action, 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 and more action.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
one thing I would just say before I give the stage to my beautiful sister Melanie is that
Right.
set aside the dynamics of the world. We have been given and we are born with too much, plenty, too
Plenty problem.
much that no child,
No
no
child.
woman, no young person, even no family deserves to go hungry in any
None.
way. No
No.
family deserves to go without water. The different areas of the world are created for a reason. The
Mm-hmm.
well
Mm-hmm.
right there, and we do it with exchange. Okay, if the problem is water in this area and this other area has water, what can we do to make sure that the other people have water? If the problem is now only the baobab can grow in this area, it cannot grow, and the
Mm-hmm.
baobab comes, every bit, every iota of the baobab tree has a potential, very good things to
Mm-hmm.
produce.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do that and exchange. And then because when these children are dying, when these children are going hungry, it hurts. It really
It does.
hurts a lot, you know? And
Yes.
so instead of labeling those terms, we change the writing or the books and say, okay, this is what is happening here. What can we do? Because regardless of what we do, those situations go from place to place, from community to community, and whether you are a developed or underdeveloped country, like the
Doesn't matter.
terms we give them, it does not matter. It is
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. It goes according to degrees and magnitudes, and we need to know that, and we are here to be sure that we take action. Because
Mm-hmm.
I would let Melanie talk. Then I would say something that we are working on now, that it's been there, and I will talk about it. Like the Paula, the what is the name of that person again?
Yes,
Paula.
the one. Yes, the one who went to the library.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we will do. There are so many Paulas out there. The thing that
Yes.
for you and me, all of us here, is to why can't we put light by action into those that are doing it, that they don't even bring them to the surface. Is
Yes.
what we want to be able to do it, because those are the people, the grassroots level, that they are doing the best things, instead of
Mm-hmm.
just coming here and saying this is the, but they are building the foundation, and they are doing the real thing. So we
They
want to
are.
be able to pull those people out and see what can we help them, like the seeds program or whatever. So Melanie, I'll let you talk because I really have something to talk about here. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Yvonne Mundih and Sister Yvonne Finn. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
I won't stay long because I have another meeting coming up in at 1:35 to 1:45.
That's okay.
Okay.
You talk about bamboo, right? Is it bamboo you mentioned?
The African baobab,
Bamboo.
the baobab tree.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
And bamboo is also something too. Maybe you talk about that bamboo. It is something very important as well.
Yes, bamboo is very important. We have
Very.
lots of waterfalls through bamboo back home.
Mhm.
We
Yes.
have hot water running for bamboos, and the visitors love it. So,
Mhm.
you
Ah,
know, they
yes.
can be waterfalls because bamboo has a hollow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It has a hollow. So when you empty out, there's sometimes these little funny things, fluffy stuff inside.
Mhm.
When
Mm-hmm.
you join them together, it becomes a pipeline.
Mhm.
Fine. Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
in that, people dig wells all the time, but they forget there's other things that are natural that can be hooked up to the wells, and
Mhm.
it can draw out water.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
bamboo is one of those we use a lot back home, and people love it. Some people even paint it, but I would rather leave it natural because it doesn't rot. It's something that is the shell, the outer part of the bamboo is very, you know,
hard. It's
sturdy.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very sturdy. So
Yes.
that's one of the things we can think about implementing for other places where there's a lot of bamboo trees, because people cut them down, they take them to make coals and things like that. But there's lots of use for bamboo. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so that's one of the things.
Let me uh,
Um,
let me 1 second. I love that bamboo thing because we use it in my village. Okay,
Oh, dear.
right
There you
where
go.
my mom's home is. You know how the Indian bamboo, like when you nurture it for 5 years, it shoots
It
up. It
grows
covers the
very,
whole.
very big.
yes.
Yes.
My grandfather used those bamboos to connect natural water that is coming from the coconut.
Ah, there you go.
Those things are very good. And then if you, I've seen where we cook rice, and I've seen it. I saw that thing too with the Chinese. You put rice in the bamboo because the
Uh-huh.
bamboo has those joints. The
Joints.
joint
Yes.
where you steal it, it can't go anywhere. So you put rice in there, you put
Mm.
more water in there, and you stick it in the fire. My goodness, when it
Wow.
comes out, it is so decorated and that is natural. Bamboo is good. You can drink it as tea, you can do whatever, and those things work. So not only my grandfather, a lot of people in the village, we do that because when you
Wow.
use natural things to connect those things, it's good. But then we
Mm-hmm.
also make sure that we are taking care because which they know how to take care of it naturally.
Yes.
So I'm really happy that you brought that concept because we need to really empower our children and families with these kinds of natural things, and you stay healthy with those
Yes,
things,
you do. Yes, you
And
do.
with this
Yes,
technology now, there's a lot that you can use the bamboo tree to even make it better, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
yeah. I was
Absolutely.
raised on getting a early Sunday morning bath before we go to church. We head down to the river, and it's
Mm-hmm.
under a bamboo. The bamboo is high, and then you stand, and that's so therapeutic. The water running from
Oh,
it, falling on
yes,
you.
There we
It's
go.
yes.
cold, but it's very therapeutic.
Very
So these are things where there's bamboo grown around the world. I'm pretty sure some people know, but if they're doing a particular thing with bamboo, that's one of the things that can draw water from the well, and then the children can enjoy it, even if it's in playgrounds or drinking water, things like that.
yes, yes.
Um, we are here as advocates. I don't believe we can just be the seat warmers anymore,
Yes.
especially in this crucial time where systems are corrupt.
Yes.
Myself and my sister, who we do prayers in the night, whatever time, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
We talked about, why is it that you're working so hard? Why? There is a reason, and there's something wrong with the system. And they can hear me, I don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with the system. You're working all that, okay? Then, when it comes for time to get paid, your money just goes here and there. You have nothing. No, something is wrong with the system. We need to correct that. We are advocates, and we are going to have the voice. We are going to do something that will eradicate poverty, that will get people into proper jobs, even if they don't want to work for someone, because I personally do not want to work for anybody anymore. I want to take control of my own. For too long, you know, we got abundance in this life. You look around, you drive around, you fly around, and you see all these natural things that we can use, yet we are suffocated. This is wrong. There's something wrong. We need to do something, and we should be the advocate to help to bring about change in this world, wherever we are. We have a voice. We can go on media, free for of us, and we can talk about it. We can invite an official wherever they're from, and we can talk about it. All right. I have been on meetings, in 1 or 2 meetings where they have government people. And like I said, I think I said it the last time, and I was happy when they called my name, because it's tons of people wanting to know. And it was about the youth, talking about the young boys, the young girls. And I spoke, and they loved the idea. Then I was reached out by one of them, and I continued, because they only give you a certain time to talk. So I continued, and I wrote. She said to send in a copy of what you think, and I sent it in, and they said, or she said, it will be passed on. So I'm thinking, when we become advocates, which we already are, because that's what we are in this world, to be there, to speak on behalf, and to act on behalf of each other, especially those who do not have a voice. Sometimes I feel I don't have a voice. So it may sound like I'm ignorant, but I have to put up a fight.
Yeah, you do.
Because somebody didn't hear me, it has to go to the higher ranks so they can hear me for too long.
Yes, and that's what advocacy is, isn't it? You have to keep
Yes.
pushing. Yeah,
Right.
you must.
Yes.
The other thing is, Sister Yvonne's is correcting certain things, like, where our mindset is set on, I mentioned it the last time, mediocrity. We settle for less. We shouldn't, because we were born with greatness. Sister Yvonne, you always mentioned, we were born with everything that He has given us. It's inside of us. We should not be hiding anymore. We see this one get that, and we are here, and we are working our rear off so they can get it. No, it's gonna be reversed. It should be. I'm getting upset at what I see nowadays, more and more. Honestly,
Well, the more people who do that, sister, that's what we need. A bigger voice. Because I mean, people have been saying what you've been saying forever. People know it's wrong to buy into that system where you just you go to school, especially in this zone. You go to school, you find a job quickly, you don't like it, it doesn't serve you, but you're going there, and before you know it, 40 years, and then you retire. And as you know, in our countries, Canada and the US, you get nothing, because it has to go to the people who are better than you. Who are those people? I don't know, but that's how it works, right? So you get a little bit to live on if you're not somebody.
And it's not just here; it is everywhere in the world.
Yes, but I don't know about the countries who are developing. I don't know if they have that. But I mean, for us, it's a system that's been working for generations, over and over. Like, when I say working, I mean in operation. That's what I mean. I don't mean it's working, because it does not work. And especially countries like this, in Canada, we're a very old population, right? They are very concerned about that, because people have just simply stopped having children. They're not having them. And so we're relying on immigration. But you and I talked about that, Sister Mundih. That is not good, because they're bringing people from other cultures, and that's going to add just one layer of more problems in a nation that already has enough of their problems. So what Sister Melanie is talking about is something that it's broken. We know it's broken, or it was never okay in the first place. Why would some people, a few of the elites, they have these stupid words, the elites, look down on you, and you're the one doing the work? It's ridiculous, and we know it.
That's why I always emphasize it. When Mr. Ashman Farah says we are the correction to the corruption, these are the kind of things. He's not talking about the banks and the money and the everything. No, this is exactly what he's talking about, because that's why in One Global Movement here, we have to start from the minute the child is born, even so starting from the stomach.
Yes.
Because if we don't, and then those that have already experienced this, what can we do to help these children? And advocacy comes with action, because
Yes.
what we've seen over the years is talking, 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 but those words are not being put into action. So it is
No.
so important that we put these words into action by creating those programs. You know,
Yes.
when you were talking about all those seeds and women working and all those things, I have 2 women in Cameroon. They've been doing those things, but now I want to make it so official. One of them is my grandfather's, my grandfather's wife, or my step grandmother, and the other one is one lady that I always talk about, like a big sister to me. Her name is Grace, and she was advocating for me when I was very young, going through those challenges, and also
Right.
food in the bush.
Yeah.
So she is working. What she does organic farming, and she does well. The best seeds, the best everything, the best everything. But she's not being recognized. So I thought, the seeds program, she should start that seed program where during planting season, one global movement account is already there. Now they get those, because some women cannot. You talk about $25, that's a lot of money to some people.
Of
25,
course. Yes.
one family in Cameroon can buy the seeds that they need to plant. And so
Well,
when you were talking, I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to put this as a program on those women that were already helping One Global Movement. So we put it as a program. They take pictures and we follow the website, with which the website is going to come up very soon,
yes.
so that
Yes.
they see One Global Movement in action all over. And I also
Absolutely.
urge each and everyone here, don't keep quiet. $20, $25 can do something, just like the 5 Chicks per Child program. And we start small and then we expand it out. Let us not let these children to go through these things anymore. They need to
No.
build their wealth right now with our own help. Otherwise, nobody's going to do it. We can sit here, we can talk and talk, however I want, it's not going to do it. So let us not rest until every stomach is full, every mind enlightened, and every life is uplifted. Not just to uplift but to sustain it for the long haul and for prosperity. So breaking the chains of hunger and poverty to create generational wealth requires a multifaceted approach incorporating personal empowerment, community, collaboration, community. You talk about community alone, which is very good. Community, community, community.
Quality.
You know,
Yes.
then systemic change. You talk about systemic change and
Yes.
sustainable practices and a lot of other things. This is what we need to do. This is so,
Yes.
especially community collaboration, because
It has to be. Has
have
to
to
be.
and we
Yes.
don't channel it the right way, and helping these people, educating them is now, and it requires a collective action. We form, you talk about cooperatives or community savings groups to pool resources and create shared wealth. And when you talk about that, I try to establish One Global Movement cooperative in my view,
Yes.
because charity
Yes.
begins at home. But
It
if you don't
really
know
is.
who to channel those resources through, they squander everything.
Bye, Melanie.
Sorry, I just want to interrupt quickly. I'm going to leave now.
Okay.
Friday, I won't have a meeting, so I'll be on. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you for your
No
contribution.
problem. Welcome.
So,
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
mentorship program is so important, and role modeling, because One Global Movement has to take the lead. And now I am also applying to other communities that are doing almost like what we are doing. What can I do? I'm going to volunteer on a farm pretty soon. And I'm
Okay.
glad because Ngwe is here who can help, because in the place where I'm having all my pains, I can't do anything. She can help me,
Yeah.
and more help by the grace of God will come, because
Yes.
I can't wait. The time waits for no one. The children are going hungry. Some are
Yes.
dying. Some
Yes.
don't even know what ABC means. And so we need to do this thing. It's a systemic change that we need.
It
Advocating
is.
for policies. Melanie talk about
Absolutely.
going to the radio station. One of the goals for this year is to go to the
Yeah.
local radio
Yeah.
stations and let them know what
Yeah.
we are doing. Because when we do that, they can also help with some resources. So it's
Mm-hmm.
on deck, all hands on deck here is what we need. And it starts with agriculture. We can
It
think that
does.
agriculture is only from poor countries or developing countries. How do you eat? If you don't eat, you can't do anything.
Can't.
Agriculture should be something that should be taught in schools. It
Absolutely.
should be taught, and you don't
Absolutely.
have to do it large scale or farming or gardening. Do something, because you have to plant that seed, you nurture that seed, and you watch that seed blossom and you harvest, or it's a flower, you smell it, you beautify your environment. And these are the things that help to give health in the environment. Because
It
if you
is.
plant your greeneries, your trees, you are not just beautifying your environment, you are healing yourself with natural resources, which is what
Absolutely.
you and Melanie are talking. This is very
Yes.
important.
Yes. And the food's grown in their natural environment. You know what I mean? Don't force foods that don't belong certain places. You destroy the land and everything. Find the foods that grow there, and it will just take off one layer of stress on
And
the
you even
land.
you even grow yourself too by doing the right thing. You grow yourself and
Absolutely.
you sustain that
Absolutely.
growth for generations to come. So that
Absolutely.
when you
Absolutely.
leave, your legacy continues. So when
Yes.
we do the right thing and doing it through divine intervention, because a lot of people maybe they don't know, or the way their upbringing or something.
They
You
don't
not
know.
think because you want to rip somebody off. It's not going to
It's
help.
not. It's not. It's not.
Now
Because
that's why our children are confused.
yes, and I was gonna say when I was doing the research, I saw some programs that are just focused dedicatedly on trying to keep the seeds pure. You know what I mean? They don't want the what do you call them? The GMO seeds. They don't want and that's a hard job because you have to plant, you have to eat, and then you have to preserve. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I don't know how that. You might know how that works. How you make sure that the seeds that you're doing your agriculture with, the agri whatever it is that they call it, that those seeds are the right seeds for the right area. You know,
Yeah,
because
these
that's also important.
yes, very important.
Yeah.
Agronomists,
Yeah.
they study the soil, but in
Hmm.
areas where they don't know what the agronomist is, how did our grandparents do it? They
How do
they
they do?
they have sense. They look
They
at the
do.
soil. They know what is going to
They
grow in.
know. Yes.
They look at
Yes.
it, because that's my mom does that. My grandmother did this. My grandma said, no, peanuts are not going to grow here. Plant it here.
Just
And
like
then
that.
vegetable is going to grow here, plant it here. And when you do that, exactly that's what is going to happen. But
Absolutely.
we even have an added advantage now, because the agronomists will study the soil. But use your own sense. Don't depend on somebody. You
No,
have to
don't.
depend on yourself. When the agronomist is teaching you, listen very well. Listen
Exactly.
and try to see, does it apply in your environment before you can
Right.
start to plant.
And
You know,
that is another reason why I'm so big on collaboration because the agronomist who's coming from God knows where else, they should collaborate with the elders, people who've been there. We're talking about, the sub-Saharan Africa, because I mean, nobody has any idea about elders and stuff here anymore in this global South. They just do what they feel like doing. It's all about money. But when you go to those countries that believe in ancestors and collaboration and respect, it's nice to have the collaboration. So because they've been there forever, they know what grows, as you just said, and what
mhm,
doesn't grow. Don't destroy either the crops or the land. I
mhm.
think it's so good collaboration, and it really does start in the communities, doesn't it, sister?
Yes, and I will tell you something. You remember that father that I always go, and that father
Yeah,
that helped one global movement
yeah,
with a
yeah.
garden, a piece of
With
land
the
for
garden.
garden.
Yeah.
That is one of the elders in this American village, and I
Ah,
learned a lot from that father. Exactly what that father is saying. That's exactly what I learned from my grandparents and my mom. I'm telling you, he just says, this place here, this will grow well here, this will grow well here. That
wow.
father, he talks exactly, and the people are still here, even in North America, but we've not been trained to go and learn from those people. Those people have been here. Experience is the best teacher, right?
It
Experience is
is.
so.
It
That
is. It
man
is.
is, that father is a natural engineer, a natural
Wow.
farmer. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And why can't I take advantage of that? I always go there. I like to strike a conversation with him, because it
Yes.
is, I can't drive far. Sometimes I'm unable to drive because of my physical problems,
Mm-hmm.
So I go there. He lives in the countryside. From here to there, it's driving in the local route. So because it's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
me sometimes. So, it's all around us. It's
It
because
is.
when a child is born, they're teaching that child differently. The child does not know where to turn to, but
They
we are
don't.
here, we want to do the right thing for these children. We want to do
Yeah.
the right thing
And
for them.
that is why we want one global movement to be so comprehensive. There's nothing that has to do with these children and how they are going to be seeing the future that we won't touch, we won't approach and try to say what we know about it or find out, because it's all about education as well and
Yes,
information, right?
yes. If we create these places that we are creating for one global movement in every, if we can, where we start
Yes,
small. Now,
yes,
these kids or families, they will begin to trust what we are doing because they have
absolutely.
lost hope in a lot of things. They don't trust
Yes,
anything. They don't want to believe in anything because of
absolutely,
the way
absolutely.
that we have made them to be. But if they start seeing now, these are books in a backpack for school. Now, these are seeds that my parents are going to plant so that they ensure that I eat well. These
Yes,
children will be so happy. Now, this is a 5 chicks per child program. Oh, at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I can begin to raise this and actually own a bank account that I will make it grow.
yes,
I don't have to
yes,
borrow money. Even if I
yep,
have to borrow, I borrow just a little, knowing that I have my own, I can do my own thing. That is a real
exactly,
kind of empowerment. Hands on,
exactly,
action, action, and more action is what
exactly.
we're not
Yep,
just
that's
talking. And thank God we're
because
doing.
what do they say? Nothing speaks louder than results, right? The good
Right.
results that you're looking for. And because you're right about that, the children, they're not bad. They're just confused because they don't know who to trust. And that's a very important component that we're missing from how we're relating, not just to each other, but to our
Mhm.
children as well. They don't, they hear so many conflicting things, right? Because I mean, there's so much misinformation, disinformation, and deliberate lies,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Just to
Yes.
confuse and keep us not being focused on the bigger picture. But we don't intend to fall into that trap, do we, sister?
No, we
We're
don't.
very focused.
We start from home. I always say home, home, home.
Home,
And
home,
of
home.
course, sometimes it doesn't work from home because the parents is not there because of illness or because of death or because of
Yeah,
something. But
yeah.
if we start these things from our homes, when these children go out there, they see something that is different, they will fall back
They
on the
will.
from home. And the things that we starting from home and which every parent, every caregiver should do is those things that we were born with, those high ethical values, build with
Absolutely.
integrity, truth, and honesty. You
Hmm.
will realize that things will begin to change for there's nothing to fight about because those things we were born with, they are already there. And so
That's
we
right.
just need to work on them because we've been given the choice to do those things. We just
Hmm.
work on
Hmm.
those things. And these children will be happy. There'll be
They will.
no competition. There'll be no jealousy. Jealousy will be there because we're born with those things, but you know how to channel it
Absolutely.
for your own development and growth, which is what we want here in one.
It's good to have friendly competition, but when they know that they're working towards one common goal, a better world, you know what I mean, and they're part of it, I
Mhm,
think that's very, very, very empowering when people know that. We know that as adults, when you feel that you have a big mission like this,
mhm.
one global movement on passive, it's very enlivening, it's innovating. You know what I
Yes,
mean? It's
yes.
it's it's energizing, I should say. It makes you get up in the morning and you think, "Oh, what can I do today?" And I
And
mean, I think we all want that. That's what
we
I think
really
we all
want
want.
all of us. And some people will say, "How do you think that is going to work in the world of today?" Yes, it worked. It worked
It
before.
will.
It
Yes,
worked
it
before.
exactly.
Our
But
children were happy. Everybody was happy. It can still work now.
it can still work. What do you think brought us here? People working together. It's the only thing that they became corrupt. And as Mr. Mufara says, we want to defeat that. We
Mhm.
want to defeat the corruption. And we brought it here. We have to take it back from there, correct
Yes,
it.
yes,
So
yes.
nobody's coming to save us in that regard except people who are better minded. And we are part of that.
And don't even think that somebody can save you. You save yourself. And in order for our children
Absolutely.
to save themselves, they first of all, we are the parents. We owe them that responsibility. And it's a God-given responsibility.
It
We
is.
owe
It
them
is.
to raise those children the way that they should go. And when we raise them that way, those children, we've empowered them with that pride and dignity that they know that I was born with greatness. I was born smart. I can do anything if I put my mind to it, and
Yep.
that my life depends on me. so that they
Yes.
don't depend. The spirit of dependency will be thrown out the window, or the spirit of entitlement will be
Mm-hmm.
thrown out the window. These children will work knowing that, you know what, when they achieve one thing, that empowers them. Say, oh, wow, I didn't
I
know
can
that.
do the next thing. Yep.
Then I can do the next, I can do the next. Then I can also
Mm-hmm.
stretch the hand out to somebody who cannot do it and also help them. And they can also build courses to teach you, how did you get there? And you're not building this thing because you want them to follow exactly what you do. They have
No, no.
to follow their own personal intuition to get to where they want to be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So it's a lot of great things that we can do. I'm telling you, sister, thank you so much for treating this topic well. I would like to have your notes so that when I'm preparing anything, I'll also look in there to throw some tangible
Okay.
actions
Okay.
for those things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All
Thank you, Sister.
right. Let us appreciate our beautiful audience here. I like today because like I miss a lot. Now we come today, everything is just going so well.
Yes, I know. And you have time to focus on a broad spectrum of things. That's good. Very good.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So, hello everyone. Let me just say thank you so much. Happy New Year again. We love you. You can't believe we are in the 8th day. You know, 7 is God's number. I was so happy yesterday, but we can still say Happy New Year today because we keep reminding ourselves of our goals and our dreams, what we are doing this year. And if we have questions, we are here. So Ashmufara brought us together so that we can learn from one another
You did.
and keep moving forward while he's also doing what he's doing, he's been called to do. We also focus on what we've been called to do so that when we do meet at that point when everything is okay, we know that we will thrive, we'll be happy, we'll be healthy, and then we are ready to take on the world to transform not just ourselves and our children, but other children that are going through, especially in those areas where children don't have food, children don't have an education, and if children you can feed them, but if they don't know how to read the food, they don't know how to get that food. We have not really done what we're supposed to have done. And if they even get that, they don't know how to use their food, their education to build generational wealth. We are still at the same point. So these three things, nobody can separate them. It works
Right.
together. They have
It
to
does.
eat in order to study, and when they study, they have to use those studies to build, to provide solutions. We're not going to
Yes.
complain. We're going to provide solutions to our homes, our lives, our children, and our society. You are
Yes.
enjoying certain things that somebody did. And in
Mm-hmm.
turn, what are you going to do? Now look around you to see what solutions can I provide to the challenges that are facing our society is what we are talking here about.
Right.
So very
Yes.
important. So
Yeah.
David, how are you? Thank you so
Mhm.
much. Happy New Year. And thank you for being here. And please, if you have not subscribed, do so because so that you don't miss out on anything or you don't miss out on new content, you don't miss out on what is going on here in One Global Movement towards children in the world. So please, and then go to Facebook, and my sister is going to put that link in the chat. You go to our Facebook page and also follow and like so that we can get resources all over. These children, even if we are giving like 1 million channels or funnels of resources, is still not enough to help these children, especially those
Mm-hmm.
who are going through a lot of challenges. So thank
Mm-hmm.
you. And Rohaz Zehab, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. And sister, thank you so much for welcoming, really taking the time to welcome everybody here in a
Thank
unique
you.
way. And
Mm.
welcome everyone. And please comment on the topic breaking the chains. What are some strategies to overcome hunger and poverty for generational wealth? That is very good. Thank you. And
Mm-hmm.
the way you did that topic. Now, this is the link. Please, you can help. The least you can start doing is to do this. And if you also have a link that pertains to your initiative, remember that One Global Movement is here to promote one another. Because when we
Yes.
promote, when we are helping children, you don't help the parents or the caregivers or the adults, then those children will go back to the same spot. If you have any initiative, you have anything that you're doing, and which we all should have, because we've been
Mm-hmm.
called to that, bring it here. Let us talk about it, write it and send it to us, and then we promote that in the world. We need to do this together, otherwise we'll not be able to help these children. So thank you
Right.
so much. And hello, Brother Bruce. We miss you.
Yes.
Happy New Year, and thank you
Happy
so
New
much
Year.
for being
Yeah.
here with us. We highly appreciate you, brother. And come again and encourage other people, especially young people around your area. And my love to you all. Thank you. And we have our managing director saying hello as usual to everyone and welcome to One Global Movement. Speak with her today. Please feel free to comment here in the chat. Please type your thoughts and comments on the topic. So true.
Mm-hmm.
I hope your play is going well. I am really booking so high to watch that play. Okay, so we are waiting for that.
No, it's had a nice long run. I think it's finished, isn't it? It's been, yeah.
Oh, really?
You haven't been watching the chat, but yes, he had a good run, so that's good. Congratulations, John.
Congratulations, John. I have to go back and catch up. Too many things.
Yeah.
And thank you, John, for really you and Sis Yvonne taking the time to really welcome our people here in a very unique way. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
let's go down here. And Nancy, of course, our dancing queen. Nancy, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. You're doing a lot, even with the ambassadors and the things that you're doing. Thank you so much. And we're going to be talking about something concerning Nancy, a very big milestone that she achieved. That is going to be like a typical example to teach our children. So I am
Okay.
working on that so we can talk about it in the near future.
Great. Great. Yes. Okay.
Our sister Sanjo Ashmira, how are you, sister? Happy New Year again. Thank you guys so much for following this new schedule. I didn't know that you guys were going to respond so well like this, but thank you. Wednesdays and Fridays at the same time. And then Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays is YouTube pre-recorded, and you can
Good.
go there and do whatever. And encourage, please, instead of watching things that are not good for our children's minds and eyes and heart, let us encourage them to be here. And those children, they are very smart. They can even suggest certain things through their comments that we can
Yes.
do. But we're not doing it because we know it or no, we don't. We're doing it
Mhm.
from our experiences and
Right.
from divine intervention, what we learn, so that they too, because they know the technology better than us, they can add things on top. So let us encourage them. And encouraging them, you sit there and watch it together as a family, like a
Mm.
family program together. Then you must have encouraged them by being the role model there, not just saying, you go watch this. No, we sit there and we do it together.
Absolutely.
Yes. And Sir Yusuf Adu, Happy New Year, sir. How are you? Thank you so much for being that persistent supporter of One Global Movement and
Mhm, mhm.
here with it with intention. I highly appreciate everything. Thank you so much. And of course, our beautiful Melanie was here. She's gone to attend another meeting, and which we all should. Okay, if you contribute, you know you have something, go ahead and do it. Because if you don't do
Mhm,
just only One Global Movement, nothing is going to move forward. So thank you.
mhm, mhm.
We have Baji Saheb Shaikh. If you're new here, you're welcome into this global family. Thank you so much for being here today. Happy New Year to you and your family and all the children around you. So if you have not subscribed, please do so that you don't miss out on any program here. Thank you so much. And let us go down here. I know that you're watching me very well.
I
Hello,
am.
Washim Saki. Happy New Year. We miss you, but you're here today. That shows that you're healthy and you're happy and ready to take on the new year heads on. So thank you so much for being here with us today. And thank you for supporting children around the world. And of course, our beautiful sister Sharon, who is almost always working behind the scene. Thank you so
Mhm,
much
mhm,
for everything that you're doing and for being the children's mentor here. We highly appreciate you. And Happy New Year again to you.
mhm.
And we have Sha Niwas. If you're new here, sir, thank you so much for joining us from your end. We welcome you into this global family that is working for children, women, and young people. So come again and be sure to subscribe and help your families to be a part of this movement so that when time comes, no child is left behind. So thank you.
Yes. Mm.
Sir Javan Turkey again is here. Thank you. Everybody enjoy the new year very well. Happy New Year to
Mhm.
you and your family. We highly appreciate you for being that strong support that we need here in One Global Movement. And John, of course, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag Speak with Heart, hashtag JJB Tinman, hashtag Big Heart, hashtag Unpassive, hashtag Ash Mufari, hashtag Unpassilicious, hashtag One Global Movement.
One movement. Thank you, John.
With those hashtags, I almost get.
Especially.
And Sister Sharon, of course, as
Yes.
always, happy birthday to everyone who is celebrating their birthday today. We love you guys and we wish you long life and prosperity. Thank you.
Amen.
And we have Rita Mani Day. How are you? Thank you so much for being a part of us here. Namaste to you, beautiful. We highly appreciate you and Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you.
Mhm.
We have SK Jafar Ali Saka Monda. Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to you and your family and the children around you. We highly, highly appreciate you for being that support that we need here in One Global Movement. Thank you so much. And we
Mhm.
have Maria Jazz. Happy New Year. Oh my goodness. The new year is blossoming with all our people. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes, it is. Thank
You.
you very much. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, we appreciate you. And then food is
Absolutely.
spiritual or physical. It's nourishment to our souls. I decree and declare that we as his children, younger as well as older, will not lack. Will not
Yes.
lack. That will not be our portion going forward. It will
Well,
not.
amen.
It
Amen.
will be. God designed us to nourish these children well, and they are going to be nourished. And we just have
Amen.
to keep moving
Yes.
consistently.
Yes.
And let's go here. Let's go down. And of course, our beautiful Cheryl Bess. How are you,
Mm-hmm.
sister? Happy New Year again. Thank God for giving us life. We are here together again, and we're going to keep moving forward as Mr. Ashmufara is also moving forward with what he has
Mm-hmm.
here to
Yep.
do together. We need to. If he's playing his part and we are not playing ours, then we have ourselves to blame. So, but
Yes.
for us in One Global Movement, with all of your support here, this is what we are doing. So, thank you so much, and we love you and your household.
Amen.
And let's go here.
I know you can see it.
Yeah.
Samashar Patel.
Okay. Okay. Did I pass it?
Where are you? What are you looking at?
Okay. Let me go here. Let me just click something. You'll see I am here with Sherry Bess.
Okay, you saw her already. We spoke about
Okay,
her. So the
what
next.
about Toyib Aliyu? Did I skip anything? I'm at
No,
Toyib.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello,
Um,
sir. Thank you so much. Happy New Year and welcome again here. We highly appreciate you for your support, your love for children worldwide. Thank you so much. And if I miss it, sister, just put up.
Okay, I'm not sure why I'm not seeing that one, but there is Sameshwar Patil, Namaskar, Sister Dr. Yvonne and
Oh,
Sister
okay.
Yvonne and all brothers and sisters. Did you see? Do you see it now?
Just read Namaskar. Let me see.
Yeah. Okay. Sameshwar Patil.
Okay,
Greetings and thank you very much for joining us. And then the next one down from that should be Sir AP.
Sir AP. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I might have. Okay.
I don't know what happened
Okay,
there.
yeah, yeah. This is Soma Patil.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that we have more than four eyes here. So
We have six eyes. You have four.
yes, I have four. You have two. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Now, Sir AP Mahusadanan, it's always a lovely thing to have you here with your
Yes.
experience and your
Mm,
expertise and with
yes.
your support, the kind of support that you're supporting us here, because we're
Yes.
learning from you because you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about. So we highly
Amen.
appreciate. Yes, we
Thank
must start in practice of eradicating empty stomach from world. In this month, I help 2, 3 families who are suffering for food. Yes, thank you so
you.
much.
Nice. Very
This is what
good. Thank you.
and I have
Blessings.
boxes of food here that when I go, I buy little by little according to how I can. And then,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for the garden. That's when we'll haul food to schools and other areas, That would be a very
Yes.
beautiful thing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Nancy says, families, let's continue to help our children by pressing the big thumbs up. Okay. Subscribe if not yet done so. Turn on the notification bell. Share with families and friends. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
And Sir AP says, today also I noticed that one family children are asking for help to get biscuit for her children through YouTube. One of my social media friend promised to do the needful. So thank you so much. Thank you for bringing all of this. This is to motivate us so that we have those people around us. Sometimes we can go to the grocery store, depending on how you can do it, because you need to empower yourself and your home first. You just you pay a certain amount of money. The children and a single parents or single mothers that pass through, you said I would need to pay like maybe $25 or $50 on top of their grocery. You know,
Mhm.
how do
Yeah.
you can do that, or you go to a gas station, like I sometimes do that. I've not done that in a while now because of my accident. I couldn't do anything that much. So you can
Mhm.
also go to a gas station, you talk with the gas station manager, then you buy a gift card, you put money on there, you leave it there. When single parents come or these young people that are going through challenges, they can also fill their tank. At least that will help them. And,
Right.
but the best thing is by buying books and really buying school materials too, and also put them in the backpack. So food and education is very, very important here.
Well, like what Malala says, one book, one pen, one so on
Yes,
and so forth. Yep.
yes,
She
that's
is really starting at the very, very, very lowest denominator. But you know something? That's how it builds. That's
no,
how
but
it
that's
builds.
it. If you don't start from the smallest and you think
Yep.
you're going to start from here, all of a sudden the foundation will be hollow and you crumble. So we need to
Absolutely.
start it from this. A lot of things that when you guys talk here, we don't
Yeah.
just think that we're just talking. I learn a lot.
I know, I know, I know, I know. And I used to think, what can this do or whatever. But now the smallest amount that I have, I'm sending it to whoever because it it's it's accumulative and lots of times it's pooled. It's not
Yes.
just going to, they pool it. And so it makes a difference. And it
Yes.
does. One person will get food for a day, then doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Yeah.
Yes. Identifying GM seeds, genetically modified seeds, and traditional seeds are difficult.
Difficult,
The
yes, I know.
farmers can cooperate each
With
other.
each other and make a
Yes,
difference. Yeah.
because they know. Yes,
They know the
because
difference.
those
Yeah.
seeds are not very good. They're not healthy, and they destroy the soil as well.
Absolutely. That's what I
Yes,
was trying to say.
very
Yeah.
true, Sir OP. You are supported here. So
Yeah.
at the beginning of every day, ask yourself, what seed can I plant today in order to predict my future? John
Yep.
D. Lamb. Thank you so much for bringing that
That's
quote. I'm going to put it on social media so we learn from it. Thank you so much
yep.
for
It's a
sharing.
lovely quote. I love it too. Yeah.
Yes. And let's go down here. Please, again, it's a reminder, just intentionally go to YouTube to like and follow, please. We need every resource that we can get for these children. And we build this so that when Unpassive does come, it will be easy for us. Mr. Ashmufara is doing his job. Let us do our own as well in what we do.
Hmm.
So thank you. And Sayepi says, thank you, Yvonne Finn, Sharon, and all here. Thank you, Dr. Mundi. And Nancy and our beloved MD, Mr. John Barilla. Love you all. PM. Hashtag non-passive. Hashtag. Thank you. On-passive is our umbrella, okay? That's our umbrella.
Hmm.
It
It
really
is. It is.
happy when people really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Lots of
Absolutely.
requests are in surroundings, but at present we don't have enough to support them. Waiting for
Mhm.
unpassive and the vision and mission comes to true on ground. Yes, and it's good because you're already doing it. You're not just waiting. That's the best part of it. Because if we're just
Yeah.
waiting, we might get confused when unpassive comes. So
Hmm.
Reverend James Rafiki, all the way from Rwanda. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us here today. We appreciate you, and we really appreciate you for what you're doing with those young girls, because he is using his money to help these young girls that have babies at the age so young, 14, 15, 16, no education. He's helping them to learn a trade like sewing and other things that can help them. We highly appreciate you. The future is going to be better as we keep moving ahead to help this population. Thank you.
Hmm.
Malala Yousafzai and her thinking are always inspirational to the world, especially for those confused with religious things. Thank you so much. Thank you
Yep.
for saying that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Maria Jazz, thank you for that beautiful emojis. We thank you guys so much. And remember, say if you have anything that you want to talk about or you want us to talk about, because you have to have something, because you're dealing with children, you're dealing with family, you're dealing with young people in your community, you're dealing with this population that we're trying to help, with women that are struggling to put food on the table for their families. We have to have something to talk about the way we see it in our community. If you can't
Yes.
come on stage here to talk about, please, you can channel it to any of us here, especially to my helpers here that will help me in a lot of things, so we can begin to talk about those things. Let us not keep quiet. Remember, the scripture says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Speak up and judge fairly. Speak up for the most vulnerable. And so if we don't speak up and we don't take action, we're not doing the right thing. Keeping quiet, we are being contributors to the problems of this population in the world. So thank you guys so much. Friday, we are here on Friday, but remember, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, go to YouTube. We have recordings there that you can also anchor onto that with your children. Make it as a program, and let us begin to build this world family together the way that Mr. Ashman Father brought us together. I love you guys. Sister, it's your day, and the last word will come from you.
So I just want to reiterate, because this is the time about hunger. And I want to say that, yes, we can do it. We can do it with one global movement. We can do it with our own little households. We can do it with unpassive. Just do something. This is what it's all about. It's intentionality. This is one of the words that Sister has for this year. Just look around, and these things, these initiatives, unless you're going to start one of your own, but they're all over the place. And just don't feel that anything is too small to do. I just love the program, the Malawi program. A government-led school feeding program ensures that children get at least one nutritious meal a day. And that will make a difference, because they weren't getting any before. So one, and then of course they can go to school, they can concentrate, and they become all that they were intended to be. Small starts can lead to very big things. Don't hold back because you think it's not enough. Just doing something is enough. It's always the right time to do the right thing.
Yes, thank you so much. It's always the right time to do the right thing. Do it today, and it will speak of you tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Until Friday, we love you all and your children. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Yes.